Tradition. We eat them with plenty of salt and plenty of mustard, but our News 10 hidden camera investigation, The Filthy Twist, finds we may be eating them with plenty of other things as well. News 10's Herb Dennenberg, who exposed filthy pretzel vendors before, says they're back and he's got them on tape.
The streets of Philadelphia, 1995. Who could forget this pretzel vendor? First, he gargles with coffee. Then he uses it to wash off his hands. He later tops it all off by putting the pee in pretzels when he urinates behind a tree. He saw you go into the bathroom.
Maybe.
You don't remember that?
Maybe I don't remember.
How about this vendor? His uncovered pretzels were for the birds. Have the birds ever defecated on the pretzels?
I would throw them away.
Have they ever done that?
Yes, they did plenty of times. I threw them away. I never sold nothing that wasn't, I'm not like that. I'm clean.
2 years ago, News 10 found vendors with all kinds of nasty habits that will make you sick. Cleaning their hands with spit, selling pretzels that fell on the ground, and rubbing body parts. Because of our reports, the city cracked down on unlicensed pretzel vendors and started enforcing new health codes. But now, 2 years later, have pretzel vendors cleaned up their act, or are they back to their old dirty tricks? We sent out a News 10 hidden camera to find out. We went out and watched pretzel vendors at about a half a dozen corners selected at random. Watch this guy near Academy Road and Frankfurt Avenue in Northeast Philadelphia. He picks his nose, then he picks out pretzels for his customers. Like the other vendors we observed, he handles pretzels with his bare hands, violating health department rules. And if you're health conscious, we saw the same vendor pick the salt off the pretzels, eat it, and then serve the pretzels with his bare hands, minus the salt. You're not supposed to pick your nose or smoke when you're handling pretzels.
No.
Can you tell us anything about why you did that? Later, we went back to talk to the vendor. You pick your nose and handle pretzels?
No, I don't. I wash my hands all the time.
At Southampton Road and the Boulevard, this vendor puts her finger in her ear over and over again. Near the Tacony Palmyra Bridge, with pretzels in his hand, this vendor sneezed and sneezed again, adding a bit of himself to each pretzel. We watched him do all sorts of things. Just imagine what might have ended up on the pretzels he sold that day. You were blowing your nose and holding pretzels.
Am I on the news?
Yes, you are.
No, get the out.
Well, when we went back to talk to him, he wasn't very happy to see us.
Yeah, I don't feel like being on the news with this shit.
Well, why don't you follow the rules of sanitation?
We do follow the rules.
No, you
got
don't.
Them guys down there all dirty. Get the camera out of my face.
You never watched. Many vendors could not stop touching themselves. Vendors that we caught on tape did not keep their pretzels covered as the law requires. But here's one who covers them up with his dirty coat that had been laying on the ground. 2 years ago, the city was supposed to put a stop to this type of behavior. So what happened?
That is irresponsible.
We showed our video to a top official from the Philadelphia Health Department. He was outraged by the nasty behavior News 10 caught on tape. In other words, a man from the health department would not buy from one of these pretzel vendors.
Not those who are at traffic intersections, I wouldn't.
But Hirshhorn insists the health department does a good job with the 20 inspectors they have to handle over 14,000 eating establishments.
You can find this in any kind of food establishment. And we're in every food establishment in the city looking for these kinds of conditions.
So remember, when you buy a pretzel from some vendors on the streets of Philadelphia, you may not have to say, I want a pretzel with everything on it, because that's what you're liable to get as the picking and licking continues.
Two bags.
Herb Dennenberg, News 10.